know if I can get any more light or not. That might give us some. That gives us a little bit. And all right, let me move that just a little. There we go. Greetings, everybody. Props in the spotlight here. I am Brother Dan Goodwin, your host here, and I'm trying to get that light moved. Oh well, I kind of need it. So, all right, I'm going to be very brief tonight. We have an important need this evening here at Props in the Spotlight, and we're hoping that some of you would like to help with this need. But right before that, let me clear up a little confusion that we're having on my last show about November 1st and the barley harvest, and the fact that Feast of Trumpets may be November 1st instead of this past October or a week ago. And as I've said, I do this every year. I believe their calendar is wrong every year. So you can think what you want on that, but I have good reason for my calculations, and so excuse me here, pardon me while I'm trying to get that light out of there, but we'll just live with it, I guess. Okay, and so let me clear up a little confusion. Folks have been asking, where in the Bible does it say that they go out and look at the barley harvest to determine Abib and to reset the calendar? Nowhere does it say that. At least it doesn't come out and say it. You've got to read between the lines. And here's what I mean by that. The very word Abib is used 6 times. It's in Exodus 12, it's in Deuteronomy, talks about he brought them out in the month Abib, right? Not Nisan, Abib. Twice the word Nisan is used. Now, isn't it interesting? 6 times Abib is used. 2 times the word Nisan is used. Nissan, however you want to call that. The 2 times that Nisan is used, which is what all the Jews today, if you read their books about the feast days, they all use the word Nisan. Now, how come? The word Nisan was used in the book of Esther and the book of, let's see, I believe it's, anyway, Nehemiah. There we go. Nehemiah. Those are captivity books. Those are Israel is outside of the land. There is no harvest. There is no temple. There are no sacrifices, and the priesthood is pretty much dissolved to some degree. And so there is no Abib. There is no declaring Abib. Remember, so that's what happened there. And so that's why they used Nisan. They still kept their Passover, but they had to guess at it, and they called it Nisan because Abib means something. What does the word Abib mean? You can look it up for yourself. I define it in my books. The word Abib very clearly is talking about being ready or ripe for harvest. So declaring Abib is simply realizing that the barley is going to be ready for Passover. Because we do know this when you read Leviticus chapter 23 about the 7 feasts. You got Passover, then you got on the 14th day of the month, which is a full moon every month. Then you got Feast of Unleavened Bread that begins that night, and it lasts for 7 days. Then you've got Feast of First Fruits, which is the first day of the week after Passover. In other words, we would call it Sunday. They don't call it Sunday. The Bible doesn't call it Sunday. It's the first day of the week. Okay? And that's the day that Jesus rose from the dead. And on the Feast of First Fruits, according to Leviticus 23, they were required to wave a sheaf of barley from the harvest. It's the first fruits. Remember, there's 3 harvests in Israel, 3 major harvests: barley at Passover time, wheat at Pentecost time, and then in the fall you've got the fruit harvest. Okay, and so we're trying to do Facebook Live at the same time. It did buffer one time on me here. Okay, So the word Abib is used 6 times. Exodus, Deuteronomy, some other places. It has a meaning. It would not fit if you're outside of Israel and you don't have you don't have the feast going on. You don't have your temple. There's nobody to wave the sheaf of barley. They wouldn't use the word because the word means something. Now in Israel, while they're in their land and they have the temple or the tabernacle, whichever it is, um, then Abib means it means the barley is ready. Now, let me ask you a question. How many days are in the Jewish year? It's 365 on our calendar, right? And a quarter, a leap year, a day every 4 years. In Israel, there are only 354 days. They're missing 11 days every year. Now, you can do the math. Every 3 years, they're a month off, aren't they? And that's going to be a problem. The season's going to be off. The barley's not going to be ready. And so this is how the calendar was reset. And I asked one of the gentlemen this. I talked to one fellow on the phone for an hour and a half. And I asked him this. I said, where in the Bible does it say that they have a leap year? It doesn't. But we know they have to, or it's going to be snow on Passover. That's not possible. We know that eventually, I mean, you'd be 3 months off. In 10 years' time, you'd be 3 months off. It'd be no way. Excuse me. So we know we know that they had to add a month. They had to fix that. And by the way, that calendar goes all the way back. That didn't start in recent day. That calendar was in force when God told Moses in Exodus 12, "This shall be your first month, your beginning of months." God changed the calendar around and made the feast calendar. And so after Exodus 12, Tishri 1 is now, it's still in the fall, but it is now the seventh month instead of month number 1. Okay, I don't want to get into all that and confuse you, but so Abib, in the month of Abib, I brought you out in the month of Abib. In other words, I brought you out at the time of the ripeness of the barley harvest. And though, by the way, the feast days are going to start there. They don't have the feast days yet when they come out of Egypt. You know that, right? The feast, Passover, and all that was given to get them out of Egypt, and it's a tremendous type and prophetic lesson of the entire world and the giant sabbatical cycle that we're living in right now, the 7,000-year giant sabbatical cycle, and the jubilees and all this stuff. That all came after they left Egypt. A lot changed there. Salvation didn't change, but they were obviously given some types and figures of salvation, redemption's plan. All right, they were given more understanding of these things. So I hope I'm making this clear. Nowhere in the Bible does it say the priest went out and looked at the barley harvest to see if it was ripe. They did look at the barley harvest, obviously. And the Jews are not stupid. They were not stupid back in Exodus. They were not stupid 100 years ago. They're not stupid 1,000 years ago. The Jews are smart people, and they know if the barley is going to be ready or not. They don't have to go look at it every other day. Farmers know. They may not know the exact day of the harvest, but farmers know when the harvest is near. And Israel certainly knew, and you pretty much knew it was going to be about every 3 years anyway. You knew that. And that wouldn't guarantee it, but you knew that. Okay. And so the barley, of course, in prophetic lessons, according to Judges there in the story of Gideon, the barley is a type of Israel. And when the barley is ready, hang on, there we go. My lights shut off on me. When the barley is ready, that means, in other words, when Israel is ready, God will hit the reset button and he'll take us out of here. Um, and that's all in my books. You can read about that. Okay, now for the need. As most of you know, we have been telling folks that we're most likely leaving CTN. We've taken on two more networks that are much cheaper, and I quite honestly I think going to give us much more coverage, many more viewers for a fraction of the money. But we've been over 4 years on CTN. We have an audience there. We have some people that don't want us to leave. I'm getting calls. A gentleman called this morning. He said, I wanna keep you on CTN. How much do you need?" And I told him, and he said, "Well, I don't have that kind of money, but here's what I can do." And I said, "Well, look, I'm getting ready to contact CTN, and I believe they're going to give us a discount. And by the way, they have given us a discount. And as of moments ago here, they've given us a discount through the end of December for the entire 3 months to try to help us get back on our feet and stay on the air with them. And that's going to help. I mean, it's a few $1,000s we're talking here. So we're still short just 2 or 3 thousand dollars, something like that, is all we need. And I could make the payment tomorrow. I could make the payment Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and we can do another 3 months and see if things pick up. Um, and we'll go. He assured me that we'd be back on a regular payment schedule. He couldn't do it two cycles, but he said we'll do it this 3 months, but come January you'll be back on your regular, and we either stay or we leave in January. Okay. I've got a gentleman. All I got to do is call him and say, "Hey, I've got some people pitching in, and he'll put in his amount, and we'll get this done." If not, we've already turned in our notice. Tomorrow, Friday the 11th, is our last week there. Now it's possible he's not sure because of the hurricane. Their headquarters is in Florida, right there near the coast. We don't know if he doesn't know if the show got up in time or not, if it's even going to air. And if not, he said we'll play it the following week at no extra charge, because it's not our fault. Um, so that final program tells people the new network we're going to be on Faith TV, which is also on Direct TV. Channel 379. We're going to be on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that's satellite. It's Direct TV. Now some people have Dish, some people have Direct. So if you have Dish, you wouldn't be able to get us. But if you have Direct TV, and you're a CTN watcher, you wouldn't lose us. And so I think a lot of people will still be able to get us, but there are some that won't. This gentleman says, I just believe we're in the last days and we need to stay out there. He wants to put out, he's putting up $1,500. And as soon as I tell him I've raised the rest of it. So I think another 2,000, maybe 3,000, but maybe as little as two would do it. I'm not sure. I got to go look. And what we need is a few of yous that can. We need somebody to give $1,000. That would be great. Hey, two or three would be great, but we need somebody to put up $1,000. Say, "Hey, brother Goodwin, I'm good for 1,000." Now, if you can't give it immediately, you say, "Look, I can have it in 4 days. I can have it in a week. Just let me know, and I can make this happen." I can tell Prosperity News, not Prosperity. I can tell CTN, I'll have the money in the week, and they'll say, "Fine, that's not a problem." If you need to write a check, let me know that the check is coming and how much, so that we can tell CTN yay or nay here, okay? And or if you're good with the internet, you want to just go to processingthespotlight.com. If you're watching here on YouTube, I have it in the comments. All you can do is click on it, and it'll take you right to the website. Hit any of the donate buttons you see there, and you can donate or call the 800 number during business hours, 888-505 spot. That's in the description as well. Facebook, I didn't put it in yours, but it's in the YouTube one. And 888-505 spot. You can call that number. You can donate when the ladies answer the phone. Tell them I want you to stay on CTN. Here's my donation: $500, $1,000, $50, $100, whatever it is. We could use a couple $500 givers. We could really use $1,000 guy, maybe a couple, some 500s, and several 100s. I think we can do this. I think we can push this over the edge and stretch this out for another 3 months. We're still going on them other networks, by the way. We're going on Faith TV starting a week from. Actually, I may be off. Yeah, no, it is. It's a week from yesterday. I've already signed. I got the contract right here. I've already signed it. We're probably going to be sending their money here tomorrow or Monday, somewhere in there, and that's a done deal. We're going on that network. But people have been calling, people have been emailing, people have been sending money. They want us to stay on CTN at least another 3 months. So we're just a few thousand, just a couple, 2 or 3 thousand off is all we are. I've got a guy. He all you gotta do is call him tomorrow and tell him we've got it. Send your money, and he'll put up the 1,500. That'll that with the 2 or 3 thousand that we're going to get here, we'll have this. And so um, we need your help if you can. Now, if you're broke or if you're in bad financial situation, I don't want you to do anything that would hurt yourself. Don't give us your food money. Don't give us your rent money. If God lays on your heart, I've got some money I want to give, then now down in the description, the 800 number is there. The website is there. You can click on. There's also my personal cell phone is there, 814-599-6280. You can text that number. You just send me a text. Say, Brother Good, this is so and so. I wanna donate $100, $500, whatever it is, um, or I'm sending a check and it'll be in the mail tomorrow. A check for $400. Let me know that. If you need me to help you with the donation, the credit card or something, and you'd rather call me instead of going online, or you'd rather call me than the 800 number, call me. And the number is there. You can text me or call, and I'll help you. I'll take your credit card information right there on the phone. All right. I don't know. I think we can do this. I think it's a worthy cause. I think there's a lot of people on C10 that's been with us for several years. We've been on there over 4 years. In fact, January will be 4.5 years. We started in June. So we're 3 months from the 4.5 year mark. It would be nice to at least get to that to January, and then see what happens, see how the money is then. Doc and I get no salary. We don't drive around in jets. We don't have fancy mansions we live in. Not against them, but we're not making six-figure incomes here. Um, we don't pocket money. We don't get a salary. We're not getting $500,000 a year like some of these guys are. We're in this for the ministry. All right. So if you would like to be one to help, we could use $1,000 giver. We could use 5 or 6 $500 givers. We could use 10 or 12 $100. We could use some 25s, 50s, whatever. If you want to be a part of this, you want to bump us over the edge. This doesn't happen very often. Um, you know, usually comes down to the last month, and I sweat it out. But it usually doesn't come to what it has this time. And I just thought I'd throw this out there, see if anybody wants to. Uh, Maybe God's tugging at your heart. Say, yeah, I want to help. I want to keep these guys on CTN at least another 3 months. And okay, $25, $50, anything. And so, all right. I will shut her down. I hope you understood my beginning about the barley harvest. There is nothing, by the way, nothing in the Bible says that two men, and we all talk about this because it's a type. Two witnesses kind of represent the two guys. You know, there goes my lights again. I'm in my truck, and the lights time out, and then you can't see me. So, which could be a great blessing sometimes, right? If you can't see me. And anyway, um, I know it's late. And I mean, it's already after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Be praying for the hurricane people. That's two. And boy, there's a lot of strange things, a lot of things to consider. Conspiracy theories. What we have found in the last few years is there really isn't many conspiracy theories, are there? Joseph is asking which station are you trying to get on? We're on CTN. We've been on CTN, Christian Television Network, for uh, almost over 4 years now, and 4 years and 3 months, I think. We're also on VTN, Victory Television Network, all of Arkansas and some of the surrounding Missouri area. We've been on there for a few years. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble. We're on several radio stations. And hey, Todd, we're gonna be in your neck of the woods Sunday, Todd, Sunday and Monday, down in the Boot Heel of Missouri, and we are going on a new network called Faith TV. It's on Direct TV, and it's called Faith TV. It's on channel 379. We've already signed the contract. I figured I thought we were done with C10. We were going to leave, but I've been bombarded with people, and money has come in, and so now I want to try to stick it out another 3 months, see what God does. One of these days somebody's going to dump 100 grand in our bank, and we're going to be able to go on some other networks. But CTN, Christian Television Network, not CPN, CTN. It's on Dish, it's on Direct TV, and we're on every Friday at 6 p.m. on CTN Eastern Time. And but we're going on two new networks. One of them is Faith TV, and the other one I gotta read it here. The other one is, where is it? All right, that one's Faith TV. We're going on Greater Love TV. Anybody know what that is? Greater Love TV. It's antenna. Did you know the antennas are coming back? A lot of people are watching stuff via an antenna. It's totally different than it used to be, but it's not just antenna. There's other things too. There's some cable. They claim they're in 43 million homes. Greater Love TV. We're starting there on, I think, Mondays. I think we're going to be on Monday. Yeah, the 21st, a Monday, is our first airing on Greater Love TV, and we're going to be on from 9 to 9:30 Eastern Time p.m., 9 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, beginning every week, beginning on the 21st. They're about a tenth the cost of CTN, but they're reaching a lot of people. Um, so okay. Um, but we're on YouTube. Many of you, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you don't need to watch. You don't need CTN or VTN or anybody else. You got us. But there are a lot of people, especially older folks. There are a lot of people who are not internet people, and they'll never see us if we're not on these networks. And they're very expensive. I realize TV's going out. People are shifting over. Everything streams now, but it's not completely there yet. So there's still a lot of people to be reached, and and several folks have called me. They said, "Look, I know it's going down, and TV's not real good anymore, but we're at the end days, and we need to try to stay on these networks until they're gone." And I agree. If people give and people put the money up, we'll stay on. I'm convinced we've got several thousand people watching on CTN every week. And we're also on bbsradio.com. That's an internet TV. We're getting 40,000 hits a month on there. 40,000. I don't know how many of them watch the whole program, but you don't know that. But 40,000 a month, and that's $95 a week. I mean, holy cow! What a deal, huh? But TV's a totally different monster, and So, all right. Well, I hope I pray about it, and I hope to hear from some of you. I hope to see some maybe some donations come in the next 24 hours or tonight or tomorrow. And let us know if you're sending a check so we can write it down. We'll know it's coming and we can tell CTN. And anyway, um, my cell phone, if you, it's in the YouTube comments down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you need my cell phone and you want to talk to me about giving something, um, just personal message me and and get me a phone number or whatever, or I'll send you mine, whatever. Strep throat Esther has and COVID. Esther, if you can, call one of these companies. They're all over the internet. They're all over Facebook now. The Wellness Company, there's others. They're selling these kits. They've got ivermectin, they've got HCQ, they've got what you need is you need HCQ, you need zinc, you need vitamin D, and lots of water. And so get some of that stuff. It'll clear that up fast. All right, and if you don't know where to get it, call. Get online there, look up the Wellness Company. That's the one that comes to my mind. But there's several different ones that are offering these package deals, and you just call them, and somebody does an interview with you, and because it's kind of like a prescription over the phone, and you need to get some of this stuff for the future because they're gonna put an end to. They're gonna try to stop us from getting those kind of medicines, and they claim ivermectin it cures many cancers. They don't want you to know that they're making billions of dollars off of cancer. And Chromecast, I don't know what I don't know what Chromecast is, or I don't know what you meant there, brother. Um, okay, everybody set. I'll get off here. It's late. And I'll get off of YouTube first, and then I'll chat with Facebook for a couple of minutes here and see if anybody had anything they needed to say. Glad to see you made it through the storm. Okay. Pray for Esther to get better. And Esther, I hope you can get some of those things. Zinc and vitamin D, you can get that anywhere, but the HCQ, ivermectin, you can't just go to the store and buy that. Now there are those places, and some of your doctors they won't give it to you. They're woke. They're idiots, and we've lost our medical system. We've lost it, and so all right. YouTube. What is zinc? Zinc. It's a vitamin. You can buy it at any. You can buy it at Walmart. Now there's better zincs than others, but you need zinc, and zinc, and what I was getting as a preventative, we were doing zinc. We got this from a doctor over here that was under the radar. He was doing prescriptions over the phone during COVID, and we got zinc, we got vitamin D, and HCQ, hydroxychloroquine, and you take those. One of them you stagger every other day. I forget which one. I think it's the HCQ, but I can't remember. But and it was a preventative, but it's also something to take if you're sick. And but of course ivermectin also. We weren't doing ivermectin, but ivermectin is a miracle thing. All right, so you just if you can find somebody to call, if there's a doctor that you know that would prescribe that for you. Now you don't need a prescription for zinc and vitamin D. Those you can buy at health food store. I would go to a real health food store if it were me and get something that's good, not the generic Walmart stuff or something like that. But okay. Anyway, if I can help in any way, let me know. Esther, get better there, and all right. God bless everybody. No telling what's coming next. No telling. The lights are going out. That's what's coming next. And the night that the lights went out in Georgia, remember? Okay. God bless, and pray about the need here. And if you want to help It would be greatly, greatly appreciated, and God will bless you. All right. Till next time, keep your eye